6.
This is definitely now a kidnapping.
Chilling new security images connected to the abduction of Nancy Guthrie.
This individual had information. This was planned out.
Could this masked man be the key to finding the missing mom? And it's a first alert weather day.
A winter weather advisory just went into effect. We can expect some snow and even a glaze of ice in the tri-state area. I'll show you where.
Ambushed in her own driveway and acid thrown in her face.
Something still doesn't make sense.
A young woman relieved and confused after her suspected attacker was arrested.
Never seen him before in my life.
Details on the man who police say rapped about his crime. It is good to be with you. I'm Christine Johnson, and you may have noticed that the temperatures outside were a little warmer, but don't let your guard down just yet. We are on first alert weather because of freezing rain and snow later tonight that could cause issues for your commute in the morning. This as we continue to see the devastating impacts of our cold snap. We have just learned that there have been 20 cold-related deaths statewide in New Jersey between January 24th and February 9th. Also, the snow from last month's snowstorm still hasn't all been cleared out. Because of that, alternate side parking does remain suspended today and tomorrow, though meters will remain in effect. Let's get over now to meteorologist Scott Padgett. He's in our virtual studio, timing out this next round of wet weather that could get, or rather, and who could get hit the hardest. Scott?
Yeah, and we're looking at this, Christine, and it is freezing rain as we take a look at the headlines as we go into tonight. So snow showers mainly north. Now, freezing rain or drizzle in the city later tonight into the early morning hours, and it could cause some problems for us on some untreated roads. But then just also looking ahead, we have a weekend in the 40s in the forecast. Let's go ahead and show you what we can expect as far as these first alert details for you. Just pop up here next to me. And you can see that, yeah, freezing rain is mainly the biggest concern with our first alert weather day. 6 p.m. tonight till 6 tomorrow morning. What we're talking about, maybe up to an inch of snow north, freezing rain and drizzle in the city. A light glaze is going to be possible. I'm going to step over a little bit more to show you a box here coming up next to me. And as that comes on in, look at the radar for right now. Not a whole lot happening. We're seeing a little bit of light snow, Sullivan to Ulster, Dutchess County a little bit, but the futurecast shows later tonight we start to see that work its way from north to south, and then right there 11 to near midnight. Looks like North Shore also stretching into parts of the city, maybe some of that light freezing rain or freezing drizzle, and then getting on out of here by 2 to 3 in the morning. We'll talk a little bit more about maybe that little bit of glaze on the way, and then also a nice stretch of temps in the 40s, Christine, coming up.
All right, Scott, thank you. Let's get to some breaking news that's happening in the Bronx now. Police say a man was shot and killed at a subway station in Mount Eden this afternoon. Happened just before 3 on the platform for the southbound B and D trains. Police say the 41-year-old victim was shot several times. He died at the hospital. Police say no arrests have been made, and our Adik Guajardo is on scene learning more. We'll bring you any new information as soon as we get it. A Long Island woman was attacked in her own driveway by a man who threw acid in her face. And almost 5 years later now, investigators say that they have found the man who permanently disfigured her. Long Island reporter Carolyn Gussoff has been covering the story from the beginning, and she's live now in Elmont with the latest on this case. Carolyn?
Christine, good evening. For 5 years, Nafia Ikram, her parents, and the public, too, really has agonized over who would commit what prosecutors call one of the most vicious and barbaric acts Nassau County has ever seen. And tonight, officials say they know the who, but they don't yet know the why. A deliberate targeted ambush. Surveillance video in 2021 captured a hooded figure running up to Nafia Ikram, throwing sulfuric acid into her face. Tonight, authorities say that figure is 29-year-old Terrell Campbell of Brooklyn, brought to court where he pleaded not guilty to assault, weapons, and noxious materials charges.
Campbell thought he got away with it. He bragged on the internet for everyone to see, but he could not have been more wrong.
The break in the case, a tip leading to Campbell, a red Nissan Altima parked in front of his home, matching the car that's been sought for years. Officials say they also uncovered shockingly incriminating web searches.
In the minutes following the 2021 attack, we found searches asking, how do I remove sulfuric acid from my car's fabric?
Prosecutors say he not only searched about the crime, but the aspiring rapper also sang about it.
On the street in the night like a hitman assassin. Try to run up and have your face burning acid.
Have anything to say for yourself?
Campbell said nothing. Ikram had little advanced knowledge of the arrest. She's endured dozens of surgeries, skin grafts, and vision loss.
I was even sitting in that courtroom, like just listening, and I was disassociating. Like it felt like I was just in a dream, like watching it with how much shock I was in.
We're going to make sure that the family gets exactly what they deserve in the closure, and the animal will go to jail for a long, long time. And along with anybody else that is involved with this case.
Now, you may recall there was a very large $50,000 reward in this case. Police today said that it will be awarded if this arrest does lead to a conviction. Christine?
Carolyn, what about a motive, though? Anything about that at this point?
Right, that's still a big mystery, and that's what has Nafia Ikram feeling so conflicted that she doesn't understand the motive. And quite frankly, prosecutors say they're not ready to talk about it yet either, but they did say that they will be investigating whether Campbell was paid by someone. But they have to work quickly. There is a 5-year statute of limitations that is expiring next month.
All right. Point taken. Carolyn, thank you. And as we mentioned, Carolyn has been on top of this story through every twist and turn from the very beginning. To watch all of her previous reporting, just go to cbsnewyork.com. There is a critical new development in the search for Nancy Guthrie, mother of Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie. The FBI released new surveillance images and videos showing a masked man outside Nancy's home. Dick Brennan has a look now at what it could mean for the investigation.
The images and videos show a person in a ski mask with a gun on a holster, wearing a backpack, standing at the front door of Nancy Guthrie's home on the day she was kidnapped. And the person makes attempts to block the front door camera, first trying to do it with a gloved hand, then even grabbing some flowers or plants off the front lawn to try to block the lens. Authorities say they hope that someone will recognize something or even someone in the images.
There's certain things that show that this was not just a random attack. This is somebody that had it planned out, went after the camera, have themselves covered up, had on gloves so they don't leave prints.
Savannah Guthrie posted the images writing, "Someone out there recognizes this person. We believe she is still out there. Bring her home." The FBI updated its missing person poster to include these new images, offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to Guthrie's recovery and maybe lead authorities to who's responsible.
I want to believe that the investigators will now start taking a look at any type of location that may sell gloves or jackets or even the ski mask in that vicinity, and hopefully take a look at some surveillance cameras that could possibly identify a subject that might have walked in and purchased those items.
While the investigation is in its 10th day, high-tech investigators only now have been able to find the images in what they call residual data located in back-end systems because the cameras at the home were not saving recorded images.
The data had to be recovered by Google. It's like a cloud situation. It was not readily available.
Dick, I am curious what the experts are saying about this person and whether or not his level of professionalism played a factor here.
Well, some of them are saying what you can see with your plain eyes, like we point out, the doorbell camera. First of all, why are you going to shrubs to try to cover a doorbell camera? I mean, you could have brought a piece of tape. Another issue is the timeline. The timeline says that that person would have been on the scene for about 40 minutes. That's a long time if you don't want to get caught. On the other hand, this person or persons have eluded the authorities for 10 days now.
Point taken. All right, Dick, thank you. Today, the defense rested its case in the murder trial of Paul Caneiro in New Jersey. The 59-year-old did not take the stand in his own defense. He's accused of killing his brother Keith, Keith's wife, and also their 2 children before setting their Colts Neck home on fire in 2018. Prosecutors claim Caneiro stood to receive $1.5 million from an insurance policy if Keith's entire family was dead. Today, Caneiro's daughters took the stand to defend their father.
When they told us that everyone died, my dad was really upset and crying. He fell to the floor, and I was sitting across from him at that point. So I got up and I was on the floor with him, just holding him.
Now, the defense claims police failed to investigate a third brother who would have also received money from that insurance policy. That brother has not been in court. Closing arguments are scheduled for tomorrow. A large crowd is gathering right now at the Stonewall National Monument, where the pride flag that stood in the park has been removed. It was taken down due to new guidelines from the Trump administration. And now supporters of LGBTQ plus rights are protesting. Dave Carlin reports.
The demonstration behind me started about an hour ago. Those gathered here vowing to bring back the flag.
The flag's removal follows a directive from the federal government, taking down the flag in this photo posted on the National Park Service's own website. It came down Sunday night or Monday morning, according to Manhattan Borough President Brad Hoylman-Siegel.
You can actually see the footprints where perhaps in the dark of night, park officials entered, removed the flag, and now it is gone.
This Greenwich Village monument commemorates the birthplace of the modern LGBTQ rights movement. Sparked by police raids at the Stonewall Inn in June 1969, setting off 3 days of protesting and rioting. Here to learn and remember at the monument was Maddie Bordeaux, a tourist from Orlando, Florida.
You're going to do that after everything that we've been through, and the fact that this entire area is supposed to be for us, I just think it's extremely unfair, and it's just really stomping on that entire purpose.
The National Park Service confirmed the removal with this statement. Only the U.S. flag and other congressionally or departmentally authorized flags are flown on NPS-managed flagpoles, with limited exceptions. Any changes to flag displays are made to ensure consistency with that guidance. New York City's mayor released this statement. New York is the birthplace of the modern LGBTQ plus rights movement, and no act of erasure will ever change or silence that history. Hoylman-Siegel said as early as Thursday afternoon, he will lead a group of politicians in putting the flag back themselves.
This movement was founded in standing up to authority and standing up for our community's civil rights.
In February of last year, the Park Service website for the Stonewall Monument was scrubbed of the word transgender.
New York City Council Speaker Julie Menin has written a letter that she says she will send to the Park Service demanding the flag be reinstated. In Greenwich Village, Dave Carlin, CBS News, New York.
A funding fight with the White House intensifies today.
It's another example of Donald Trump trying to force presidential graffiti down the throats of the American people.
Coming up, the war of words over getting the Gateway Tunnel project back on track and taking down drones out of the sky. The request from the NYPD to make that a reality. And a cold weather delight for some bird watchers, the migration celebration on the Hudson River. A war of words tonight as local officials slam President Trump for pulling funding for the Hudson River tunnels. Governor Hochul calls it a revenge tour. Governor Sherrill says it's illegal. And political reporter Marcia Kramer says some are attacking the president's price to restore this project.
Fresh off a press conference aimed at easing building restrictions here, Governor Hochul let loose on the man who likes to refer to himself as the builder-in-chief, President Trump.
He doesn't care. Doesn't care. He's on his revenge tour against places like New York.
But she wasn't the only one blasting the president for shutting down the critically important Hudson River Tunnel project, putting 1,000 workers on the unemployment line.
This isn't a negotiation. This is an illegal act. He is illegally stopping these funds from being put to work. Almost 1,000 jobs now, but it could be about 100,000 jobs in the future.
I say get them back to work now. Forget all this childish behavior and just stop being so petty. This is essential.
These hardworking men and women, they need their jobs. They need their jobs to help their families. Donald Trump is the one person who cut this off. He's the one person who can turn it back on. We are saying to Trump, fund Gateway now.
The officials balking at the president's price for restoring the funding, naming Penn Station and Dulles Airport after him.
It's another example of Donald Trump trying to force presidential graffiti down the throats of the American people.
The White House press secretary was asked if holding up Gateway was the proper way for the president to get his name on things.
Why not? It was something the president floated in his conversation with Chuck Schumer.
So, Marcia, correct me if I'm wrong here, but didn't New York and New Jersey team up, and didn't a judge rule in their favor, and the judge said the president needs to restore this funding?
It's absolutely true. That happened Friday night, and immediately after that, the federal government went into court and appealed. So until the appeal is heard, the funding is stopped.
So most of us have seen all of this equipment that's around this construction site. What happens to all of that?
Well, right now, the irony of all this is that this is rented equipment. So even while all this court fight goes on, the Gateway Corporation has to continue to pay the rental fees for all this equipment in 2 states. But here's the other thing. Apparently, they have to hire security guards 24/7 because nobody's there to guard the equipment to make sure there's no vandalism.
So this is costing money while we wait.
A lot of money.
All right, Marcia Kramer, thank you for that update. Let's get to your first alert weather now. Central Park still looking icy, but hey, looks kind of pretty too. People were out enjoying the break from this brutal cold. Meteorologist Scott Padgett in our virtual studio with our forecast. And it was a nice break today, Scott, but we do need to be aware of some weather that's happening overnight.
Yeah, we have another quick front moving its way on through, Christine, and with it moving in, we have the potential of some snow or maybe even some freezing rain in parts of the tri-state. Let's take a look at the winter weather alerts that we have in place for tonight. And you can see it's from now all the way till 6 in the morning. It does include a lot of the tri-state, does not include Manhattan, just down through parts of Brooklyn County, Staten Island, does include the Bronx, Queens, and you can see the north end as well. So freezing rain, icy glaze, snow up to an inch further off to the north. So because of that, we issued a first alert weather day. It's for this evening into tonight and then into tomorrow morning for that freezing rain and maybe an icy glaze developing for us. It all depends on the temperatures, of course. So where are we sitting right now across the tri-state? Our temperatures are near the freezing mark or above in some spots. You can see right now in the city it's 33, Nyack 28, off towards the north a little bit more. Kingston right now also with the 30s for us. We have 34 in Port Jervis. So temperature profile still warm right now. We can see a warm nose of air work its way on in, and as that moves in, that could cause that freezing rain. All right, let's go ahead and show you the radar for right now. And as we take a look at the radar, you can see that we're dealing with a little bit of that light snow trying to work its way through parts of Sullivan County into Ulster County. Not a lot developing yet. Pike County, maybe a little bit of that freezing rain developing. It is something we'll see fill in as we go into the evening hours. So the Futurecast shows this. Look at the temperatures in the city in the mid-30s. We could warm up maybe a couple degrees or hold there as you take a look. 28 in Monticello to 29 Poughkeepsie. That works its way north to south. Here we are by late tonight, about 11 to near midnight, closer to the city. Maybe some of that freezing rain. The further east you go, it's a cold raid through the east end. So this is what we're watching. I don't anticipate a whole lot, but I anticipate enough that we might see a little bit of a glaze in a couple of spots. Doesn't take a lot. You can see near Newburgh 2 100s, near Greenwich also about 4 100s. So it's something we're keeping our eyes on as far as the ice is concerned. How much snow, maybe far northwest sides of Ulster County, maybe picking up about an inch. So that's what we're keeping our eyes on. Let's drop this box here to talk about that temperature profile as we go into tonight. And we're going to be seeing for tonight that temperature, I think in the city, about 33 degrees. So just above that freezing mark, icy glaze, and again up to that inch of snow to the north. All right, let's take a look at the first alert 7-day forecast to show you real fast. It's going to be on the big wall here behind me to show you exactly what's going on. We're going to be in the 40s for your Wednesday, Thursday 36, 39 Friday. So a little bit of a cool down, KJ, as we round out the week. But then look at this, from Saturday all the way into the beginning of next week, our high temperatures above the 40-degree mark.
We like the 40s.
Oh, yeah, I love them.
Thank you, Scott. Still ahead, the NYPD's top cop warning of a potential danger.
If there is one threat that keeps me up at night, it is drones.
The change Commissioner Tisch says is coming to help the department take control. And an awe-inspiring sight. What has bird lovers flocking to a certain stretch of the Hudson River? The NYPD's police commissioner says it's a threat that keeps her up at night. Drones over New York City. And during her State of the NYPD address today, Jessica Tisch said the department expects to get the green light from the White House to take them down. The commissioner says thousands of drones are spotted over the city every year. And the NYPD currently has the capability to detect drones, but not the authority to take them down.
As we look ahead to events that will soon take place here in New York City, like the World Cup, the 250th birthday of our country and the 25th anniversary of 9/11, the potential threat posed by weaponized drones looms large and deserves dedicated countermeasures.
Now, the White House referred us to the Department of Homeland Security when we asked for comment. We're still waiting to hear back. Still to come here tonight at 6, an incredible opportunity for bird watchers.
There goes an eagle. They're incredible to see. They're like top of the food chain.
The migration pattern that is making these photos possible on the icy Hudson River. Majestic, bald eagles, unbothered by the cold, going with the flow on the Hudson River. They visit this time every year, and Tony Aiello reports it's a delight for nature lovers and photographers.
There goes an eagle. They're incredible to see. They're like top of the food chain, and they're here, and they're kind of visiting, so it's an incredible opportunity.
This stretch of the Hudson River in northern Westchester, a winter haven for bald eagles. Moreno Tagliapietro drove an hour from New Rochelle to see these birds of prey. What is it about those birds?
Well, they happen to be gorgeous, first of all. So, and then being the symbol of the nation, right, for a good reason.
It's just a matter of how they look and what they do, but it's just like taking a picture of a lion. Like, you just never know what's going to happen. And there's a lot of them, so it makes it amazing.
Many of us like to head south in January and February, so too the eagles. Rivers, lakes, and reservoirs further north are frozen solid. The birds fly south to the lower Hudson Valley in search of open water for fishing. We spotted mature eagles with white heads and tails standing sentry, as well as younger birds, a mottled brown. This weekend at Croton Point Park, Teatown Lake Reservation will host the annual Eagle Fest, celebrating the bird's beauty and bounty.
Early 1970s, right, bald eagles, we only had one nesting pair in the whole state of New York, and that was due to human effects, primarily DDT and pesticide use.
The U.S. banned the pesticide DDT in 1972, and now eagle populations are soaring.
We have seen 14 eagles circling in the sky right here.
Eagles rolling on the river, a source of delight in a dreary winter. Tony Aiello, CBS News, New York.
I wonder if they notice all the attention they're getting. The evening news is next. I'm Christine Johnson. I'll see you at 11.